Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel, Monique Speaks. I am Monique. This is a video about an pending imminent port strike, and I want to bring this information to you because we have so many distractions going on. Now, if this strike takes place, we thought that with that C to the -1-9 that came about, and there were these supply chain type of delays causing problems with people getting medications and different things of that nature. This particular strike, by way of just when it's happening, it can cause some problems. So let's just listen to this, and then I'll come back with my commentary. And I want you guys to comment down below because there's so many distractions going on. Those who know. Okay, let's listen. See what he got to say.
Before the election, the International Longshoremen's Association leader, his name is Harold Daggett, he says he's willing to push the economy past its breaking point if the U.S. maritime...
Now look at this diagram here. Potential port strike locations. We're talking Boston, New York, Philly, Baltimore, Hampton Roads, Wilmington, Charleston, Savannah, let's take that off. Mobile, Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville, and Houston. You're talking about the whole East Coast, all those ports. And I'm thinking that it's going to affect the statistics that I've heard, 50 to almost 60% of supplies. You're talking medications, water, toilet paper, all that good stuff. So let's finish listening to what he has to say.
Maritime Alliance doesn't agree to substantial wage hikes, up to 80% over several years, and safeguards against automation. For more on how this stalemate could play out in the next few days, let's welcome Congressman Jeff Van Drew from the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. And more importantly, to this point, he is from New Jersey, which is going to be hit hard if there is a strike. I should say, Congressman, right off the bat, we are getting confirmation from some sources at the Port Authority of New Jersey and New York that they are planning for picketing throughout the port complex. Now, some folks are taking that as an indication that there definitely will be a strike. What say you?
Well, I hope there isn't. I mean, nothing's definite in this world, so let's really, get into it and let's try to straighten this thing out. It's a big deal, and you said some of the numbers before. Yeah. $4.5 billion per day in affecting our economy, and we don't want to go back. I mean, we've already...
Did you hear that? $4.5 billion a day. And they're striking against automation because they're automating these processes and different things, and wages. But he said $4.5 billion per day. So I could see this leading to a trickle effect and a domino effect, not even a trickle, a domino effect of just the economy crashing. Lord have mercy. Let's go back and listen.
We still have some supply chain problems. This will really exacerbate supply chain problems, can exacerbate food shortages. Also, a lot of these supplies for automobiles, a lot of the parts for automobiles go through these ports. This is a real big deal. Now, this is important.
Mr. Daggett is a very shrewd negotiator. He, again, is the head of the Longshoremen's Union. He's been at it for a while. I think he's actually a third-generation longshoreman, so he knows the business well. The strike is timed to start on Tuesday. Tuesday is the day of the vice presidential debate. Tim Walz, if there is a strike, Tim Walz is going to be asked about that undeniably, and he's going to have a little egg in his face, right?
Well, I mean, he'll be asked about it. Let's see what his answer is. I mean, this is this is something you have to really think through. I always support workers, whether they're union or non-union. However, this is a case where it affects lots of other workers within the country and people and families and working families. So this requires presidential leadership. You know what this is all about? This is about presidential leadership. The president, not Taft-Hartley, he shouldn't invoke that.
So anyway, y'all, there is a looming strike that is looming for October 1st, the day, and they set it for a particular time, the day of the vice presidential debates. And this can have a really huge domino effect. He mentioned the word food shortages. I know we spoke about this maybe 3 years back. And have we forgotten what happened during the time of C-19? Now, I know there's something called Project, I think it's Project 2025. Y'all go back and look. See, I think some of us have forgotten already. Don't forget. Those people who are preppers, those people who are gardeners, y'all know food need to be put away. And I know, my sons probably thought I was just kind of Looney Tunes for wanting to put stuff away, and maybe I went about it too eagerly, but I'm telling you, the scriptures talk about this. We are in the last days, and we know that this economy, the Bible says it's going to crash, and they have to bring in their new order stuff that they got to bring in that the Bible speaks about. So they are going to create chaos and try to bring order out of it. What better way? This economy will crumble. I already believe that we are in a recession. This can push us into a depression. And so y'all better go get some water and some TP, some toilet paper. And like I said, a lot of us were looked upon as being, and hopefully there's no strike, but there's going to come a time when he mentioned the word food shortages. Okay. So with food shortages, there's water shortages, there's medication shortages, there's shortages upon shortages. People are laying off. You know what? I think something big is coming. And I know everybody's talking about Diddy. That is such a distraction. One of the things I do recall before the last pandemic hit was that many CEOs, and I'm not talking about from the music industry, but CEOs across just many CEOs were leaving. It's like they knew something was coming. It's like they took their money and they ran. And the same thing is happening from the healthcare industry to all different industries, music. Look, something is actually coming. We know this. And, there's so many distractions with the election. Everything is about Diddy. And this thing is due to go into effect, this strike, October 1st. He's saying $4.5 billion a day. Okay. He mentioned the word food shortages. Anybody else talking about this? There's some of y'all other YouTubers and content creators talking about it. But y'all better go get some water because, a lot of our family members thought we were, and I started putting food away because I knew eventually there would be a day that is going to come where everything is going to be shut down. And if you haven't put away in the Bible, when Joseph put away his old, scandalous brothers, put them in a hole. But honey, look who came to help them out was Joseph himself out of that famine that happened back there in Egypt. So you need to have some food and some supplies in your house. That's just the bottom line. Okay. So this strike is coming. Go and get you some water and some toilet paper. But if they shut these ports down as of it's Tuesday of this week coming, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I really don't know what to tell you. And for those of us who family members looked at us, laughed at us, said that we were cray, or she's just doing the most, when this thing really does hit, they're going to say, you know what? They was right. They was canning. They had canners. They had flour. They had food. They had stuff to cook with. They had beans. They had rice. But this is how it usually is. Some people who have forethought, who read the scriptures, and even if you don't read the scriptures, you can see that something is coming. But anyway, y'all, I want y'all to comment down below. Are y'all putting stuff away? Do y'all got TP, toilet paper? Do y'all have water put away? This thing is coming real fast, and it's like you're not really hearing it because it's being drowned out by the distractors like the Diddy case and all these other things that's going on. That really, I'm not saying that's not important, but it's not relevant to our survival. Guys, all I know is those individuals there with that whole P. Diddy Puffy situation, look, this is a potential pork strike that could disrupt the economy. Now, all they need to do is say, you know what, the economy is horrible. We're in a depression because of this particular situation. Then they just had a situation over there in Israel. Look, we are living in the last days. I don't know if you have a false sense of security. I've never had it. I know what I've read in that book called the Bible because I believe it to be true. It's a living word. And I know that dream that I had like 4 or 5 years ago when he showed me. And y'all who've been rocking with me, that dream was so vivid and so evident in my eyeballs. I was like, oh my gosh, this is coming. I was like, we got to prepare. But some people laughed at me, scoffed at me, said I did too much, whatever have you. It is what it is. It says at the bottom of the screen, potential port strike could disrupt the economy. $4.5 billion a day. They are going on strike from the rooter to the suitor. Let me run this back so y'all can see that picture. All of the ports. See that right there? All of the ports from Boston, New York, Philly, Maryland, Baltimore, Hampton Roads, Wilmington. I knew there was a part in Charleston, Savannah, Jacksonville, all the water ports, Miami, Tampa, Mobile, and Houston. Y'all. You better go get some water and some CP. Okay? Because last time it was the C to the dash to the 1-9. And we know this is, look, order out of chaos. Those who know. We've been saying this for a long time. So they got to fit. Look, that was just the test run. Here come another. 2025 is almost here. Didn't they have like Project 2025? Something was supposed to happen in 2025. I got to read up on that. But Monique is speaking, y'all. Okay, she is back. Let me know what y'all think about this, these food shortages and this potential port strike. And we talking about Diddy. Look, I ain't saying that's a story for the other bloggers, but my content creators and fellow bloggers, y'all go get you some water, TP, and some food, okay? Why y'all uploading your videos about Diddy at the same time? Be driving to Costco, you know what I mean? You know, film a video while you driving in your car, my fellow content creators and YouTubers, and go get you some water, because we know that this thing is going to happen. When and how, I don't know, but sometimes it's right in our faces. All right, y'all, this is Monique Speaks. I am back. Like, share, subscribe, hit that little bell, and you know how we do it. Let's get down into the comments and talk about this. Do you got TP? You know TP, not Teddy Pendergrass. No, toilet paper. All right, y'all. Peace. And I'm out.